It looks like I'm very bundled up. That's because I am. It is cold. How cold is it? Look at all this water. It's not water, it's ice. What's up, guys? We're here, stage 1 of the Bass Pro Tour, and in true tournament fishing form fashion, when we showed up here at Lake D'Arbonne yesterday, 70 degrees, not a ripple on the lake, just, I mean, the most fishy looking day you can imagine. Today we've got 33 degrees and rain. It is frigid. We're supposed to have freezing rain tonight. Practice starts in the morning. It's gonna be a brutal week. So this week we've got Lake D'Arbonne, Caney Lake, and also Bussy Break if you make the finals. By the way, I don't know how to say D'Arbonne. Some say it's Darbonne. I've heard Darbonne. D'Arbonne. I don't know. The springtime has probably the most extreme weather changes of any time of year. Yesterday we had a beautiful warm day. Bass forecast rating of over 7. I think it was about a 7.2. Today, even though it's bitter cold, tomorrow, after a full 24 to 36 hours of cold, that water temp's really going to start to begin that effect as the runoff from these rivers pours in. That's when the fish are really going to go, oh crap, it's cold. And we're going to be facing a bass forecast rating of around a 2. As a pro, though, I don't get to choose the days I get to go fish. I don't get to do it on fair weather days. We have to go out and compete no matter what the conditions are. But I do use the bass forecast rating to, kind of predict the movements and the mode of the bass. D'Arbonne, very stumpy. The upper end's borderline swampy. So, I think it's going to be really key where most of these lakes are very shallow and flat to stay near that deep water, because as that water begins to cool over the next couple days, they're going to kind of hunker down into those creek channels, any deeper depression you can find back in these backwater sloughs. If I don't see you guys again tonight, I will see y'all first thing in the morning as I'm breaking ice off my boat cover. We've got some work to do. Boat cover's probably 100 pounds heavier than it should be, and I actually had to de-ice my truck this morning just to be able to get into it, because the driver door was frozen shut thanks to freezing rain. The bass aren't frozen. They might be cold, but they're not frozen. So we're gonna go find us a couple, because unfortunately we're fishing against 80 of the best anglers in the world, and they're gonna find them. So we gotta find them too. Flat side crankbait. All right, hold up. Dude, my key was even frozen. All right, we've started. Practice day 1 of the Bass Pro Tour. When it's this cold out, a lot of times you want to focus on something like a boat ramp. At the end of these concrete boat ramps, a lot of times there's a little washout, or even just a 1 foot drop off is all it takes, where the concrete ends, and it gives these fish in really cold conditions a chance to kind of seek shelter. It's a great place in the wintertime to catch fish in extreme cold conditions. However, not every boat ramp comes that deep into the water. And one of the things I'll run into today as I fish boat ramps is some of them end 6 inches into the water, and those are no good. But the only way to find out what's good ones is to fish them. I'm not really seeing that boat ramp on live scope, so that tells me it ends shallow, which also tells me it's probably not going to be a good boat ramp. Yeah, I can see the end of the boat ramp there. It ends really close to shore. Therefore, not a good boat ramp. That's how you know it's cold right there. The water off the line, as it comes through the guides, when it hits the guides, it freezes. Therefore, gumming up everything I got. It sucks. So I actually came to this place about 2 months ago to ride around in pre-practice. I actually caught a really good one right here. Granted, it was warm. There's a fish. I don't know if that's a fish or not. That might have been a stick. I don't know. That was weird. And you'll notice we got some shallow riprap here, and it doesn't come out super far, but it's got a good spawning pocket back here. And as cold as it is, it's still kind of pre-spawn time. And if there were any fish that have kind of migrated back into these pockets for some warmer water, they're going to start to pull out as it gets cold. And these little riprap stretches, it's a nice little point here. It's a good stopping point. So just trying to get that first bite, get us a clue, and go from there. Look at that. Look at that ice on that guide. Those Kistler reels are iced up. There you go, first bite. of the day. And it's a dang good one too. Look at that one, dude. That's like a 4-pounder. Flat-sided crankbait. So I'm gonna tilt the camera up here. And if you see right up there, this is a brand new dock, but there's a boat ramp on the back side of it. And that's where she was sitting, right on the end of that boat ramp. If you remember what I said earlier about boat ramps, that's why she was there, right off the end of it. I mean, she choked on it too. That's pushing 4 pounds. That fish right there is gonna be worth a lot of money come tomorrow. So that's one I've caught, and then a few docks back, I had 4 or 5 of them track my bait off of a piling. So it's good right there. So I got the bite on that dock. I'm actually gonna skip a couple docks down through here. There's just not really a need to fish through this. As tough as fishing is, you know, we see another boat ramp there. No way I'm gonna actually throw at that boat ramp. Whether there's a fish there or not, I figure I'll find out tournament time. All right, I switched it up a little bit. That flat-sided crankbait is just really difficult to throw around these docks, so I switched it up to a chatterbait and a smaller spinnerbait. You know, the water's pretty clear. You don't need a 3/4 ounce with a big Colorado blade. So I swapped it up to one with a 4.5 instead of a 6 on blade size. And then as far as the size of the head goes, it's going to be one that's a little easier to throw around. It's a 1/2 instead of a 3/4, so I can be a little bit more precise with it. I can see a fish down there on that piling. You got ice on your guide that catches your line. You can't throw anything accurately. Also, don't know if you guys can see this right now, but it is snowing in Louisiana. All right, I'm gonna take a waypoint right there. I swear I had one follow my chatterbait. Also, I really hope you can see this on camera, but it is snowing. I've said it like 3 times. I can't believe it. So a little bit of a midday update for you guys. It's kind of a late day update. It's already 3 o'clock. I've caught a pickerel. I've had 2 other bites, may or may not have been bass. Weren't really catchable bites, but they're bites for sure. And yeah, it's been a grind. I've talked to several other anglers. You know, about the best I've heard is 3 bites. It's clearly not going to take much weight, and you know, with only 1 day of practice, we're going to have to put it together on the water, no matter what we find. I mean, we can find some awesome stuff, but we're still going to have to put it together on the water tomorrow. I don't have anything that I'm just like, man, I can't wait to fish that tomorrow. It's basically going to be a continuation of practice when we get out there. All right, guys, yet again, missed it with the camera. We're off that cypress tree right there. I just lost one. I never saw him, but I'm pretty sure he was a scoreable, you know, 2-pound fish. Had him all the way to the boat. He just never jumped. It's so cold. But that one also on a little flat-sided crankbait. In the wintertime, especially if there's any stain to the water, either a red or an orange, just a little flat-sided crankbait will get you a bite. And the deal with a flat side is you've got a really tight wobble on it. You know, when the water's cold, you don't need something loud, obnoxious in their face. You want something that's subtle. It's really just going to kind of cruise on by them, and that's what a flat side does. And that subtle wobble when it's really cold can trigger some strikes when nothing else really can. Parallel the dock, and right when I got by the cypress tree, boom. We recruited us a launcher, so we're good. We've got a live camera to start, so we're gonna have to catch one. Yeah, she's done it a little bit. Morning. How you doing? Thank you, I appreciate it. Oh, I guess I need to unhook the front.
Just about 30 minutes away from launch.
That's working now. Ooh. All right, I'm cold now. Borderline frostbite on my nose, but we're here. I have a feeling I'm gonna lose my camera here at the end of the period if I don't catch me one. I'll anchor lock us here, and then we can talk about all that we did wrong. So you can see I'm really prepared here for the second period. Starting off great. That cypress tree right there, I had one just absolutely clobber it yesterday and didn't get it. I don't think he's gonna go 1/8. It's the problem. He'd go 1, but he ain't gonna go 1/8. Wow, what a knot bite. I mean, just like mush.
1 pound, 3 ounce, non-scoreable.
Yeah. Hey, but we got a bite. We got a bite. My drag's way too loose. It's a big one. Let's go. We're on the board. That's what I'm talking about. Did you see how loose my drag was? Thank you. Whew.
3 pounds, 7 ounces. 37.
All right. Let's get a picture of that one. Thank you. Thank you, baby. Caught us one. Let's go. All right, guys, we might be getting onto a little something here. We finally got us a bite. Little jig fish. First jig bite I've had since I've been here. I just need to slow down. You know, post frontal, 46-degree water. I got really lucky to catch that fish. This is a brand new Kistler reel I've got on here, and I hadn't set the drag yet, I guess, since I spooled it up. And about paid the price there to lose one, but we're good now. We're cinched. Well, guys, that's the end of the second period for us. We were able to get a bite on a jig, though, so that is a positive thing. However, it was just one bite. We did catch a non-scoreable too. At least we're on the board, and it was a good one. It was a good one. 3.5 pounder. I don't know what it's going to take here in this last period, but you know, if we can put 2 more scoreables in the boat, we should be within that cut range. And who knows, maybe we'll find a little magic stretch and catch 4 or 5 of them, and then all of a sudden we're up there in the top 5. There's got to be one right here. He's going to be really close. Oh. I think he's gonna go pound 8 on a Ned rig, huh? What you know about a Ned rig? Ah, man, please go pound 8. He's gonna be super close. I think he's gonna do it though. Don't.
1 pound, 15 ounces.
Oh, 115. Wow, I was way off. Look at there. Hey, let's go. Thank you, Lord. Ned rig, huh? Non-scoreable. Our way, but we're going to check him just because we can.
£1 pound even, non-scoreable.
On the old split shot rig. I think more of those are bass than we realized, because whenever that fish bit, he took off and they all took off with him. That's scoreable. Dang, look at the colors on this one, dude. He's a skinny fish, but I'm just gonna lip him just because. Look at the colors on that fish. Look at the colors on that fish. Hey, the split shot rig. Are you kidding me? The smallest finesse worm I can find in like a 32nd ounce lead weight. Dude, look at the colors on him.
2 pound, 9 ounces. 2.9.
All right, let's take a picture of this one just because he's cool colored, right? Thank you, fish. I really appreciate you so much. Let's go. Maybe these are all bass. So these, all fish, and so you're starting to see pilings out there. These are fish here, fish. And it's only 3 foot deep. It's pretty shallow. Every time I tighten up and it's just barely on something, I get a little excited with this thing because you never feel the bite. You just kind of have to lift and see if it's a fish or not. I really thought I was gonna catch like 7 or 8 right there. That's what I really thought. I just don't think there's a ton of bass in this pond, really. Because I mean, throwing a shaky head on docks with brush and stuff, you should be getting bit. Not a keeper, but we'll weigh him anyway.
1 pound, 2 ounces, non-scoreable.
What's up, guys? So that is a wrap for the first day. We're actually a day forward here. My camera had died, but I'm out on Caney Lake today, so this is the knockout round lake. We do have one more day on Lake D'Arbonne. It was an okay day. We had 7 pounds, 15 ounces on day one. We definitely didn't light it up, but we were able to get in a bit of a groove. So from the start of the second period, I had 6 bites, 3 scoreables, 3 non-scoreables. Put them all on the boat. That's really all you can ask for. And, you know, I thought I was going to catch all of my fish this week on a flat side crankbait. And I threw it most of the morning yesterday morning and never got a bite. You know, we were extremely post-frontal. As you can see behind me, we're still post-frontal. I think I just need a little bit of wind, maybe even a little bit of warmer temperatures to push those fish up, because all the fish that I caught yesterday were on either a jig, a Ned rig, or even a split shot rig. So we're all familiar with the jig. That's what the 3.7 came on. A Ned rig, should be familiar with that as well. Very finesse tactic. But what my last one, the 2 pound 7 ouncer, came on was a split shot rig, and it's kind of an old school tactic. What I did is it's actually a very, very small finesse worm, a 5-inch finesse worm, just on a typical EWG extra wide gap hook, and I take a 32nd ounce bullet weight that's lead, not tungsten. I slide it up my line, I take pliers and I crimp it about 18 inches up my line, and kind of make just a little micro finesse Carolina rig. And I was actually able to get a couple bites on that. There was one dock that I noticed fish swimming up under with live scope. It's where I caught the one on the Ned rig, and I thought the rest of them were bass, so I just needed to get that next level finesse, and the split shot rig is what I decided to do. So if y'all are around some fish, especially in cold water, an extremely light split shot rig, it can get the job done. The great thing about a split shot rig as opposed to a shaky head or a drop shot is that little bitty weight doesn't get hung up very bad. If you're fishing around riprap, which I wasn't, but if you're fishing around riprap or anything really hangy, try that split shot rig. It'll get a bite. I'm hoping we get to start on that same dock. One thing I noticed is that another angler was on it later in the day, and he caught a few fish too, so it's going to depend on who's an earlier boat number, really. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully we'll catch enough bass to advance to the knockout round, which will be held here on Caney Lake. And then if we do even better on Caney, top 10 is going to fish on a lake called Bussy Break. Fishing out here is tough on Caney, but I hope to get my opportunity here. You ever seen a least qualified guy when it comes to casting than me?
Yes.